You're on episode 3. Blessings and gifts, hereditary curses and negative genes, those type of things that are out of one person's control can control the clock on your wrist. Read the newspaper, he once told me. Gather information, shop for numbers, not just the names. Shop for looks and numbers and names, not just names and numbers. Learn more to survive life with less pain. Learn more and apply it ASAP. We start signing contracts very young. In the hood, we sign contracts very early. The juvenile delinquent contracts, the contracts with the pallbearer, all there. State contracts, and it will be all good until it's federal contracts governed by federal laws. We could practice signing our names on billion-dollar contracts, on billion-dollar forms that empowers our existence. How to do that is up to you, but for a second, give way to your imagination. We start signing contracts very young. You could commit and sign to a college as an athlete with plans of different ventures to come next, or maybe you feel confident in your sporting net worth. I hope it works. I have to go. Just sign yourself up for the better half of this earth and do your best, never let that go. Don't fear adjustments, which are sometimes simply growth. Well, it's beautiful in pushing yourself. Maintaining energy, pushing yourself. Maintaining energy, pushing yourself. Like those days running track and field, believe me, it's nothing else quite like it. The dry adrenaline, the valuable energy shifts in your blood vessels where you feel like you could fall over and flop out of breath is worth a try. And trust me, you should take the time to buy yourself the time to make your next moves and take your next steps. Would you rather be a millionaire, young or old? Helping people is such a risk that is it actually worth it? Nobody could afford to give a correct answer, so who'd even cough one? Accomplishing goals young is great. Do it. Go and do it, my friend. The experiences you learn will be moments you couldn't pay for, and only you will be able to compare and contrast between you years ago and you now. I spent a lot of Easter Sundays in the church. We would sometimes fall asleep. I was so young. 20-minute sermons felt like 2 hours. Even then, I felt very handsome. Jesus gave the example of his love, help, and teachings of righteousness, and then he got hung. For the purpose, he died and left the world alone. But it's grace to have It's grace to have the example again. Watch the templates that matter the most in order for you to make it. What if you have to be a spy or begin to live as a spy against oppression, against the rich and famous? You yourself, not even 15 years old yet you already must strive and fight for your life. Would you do it? Would you do it stupid? Or sell your body to get a portion? Or leave school and chase a fortune? Do you think about poverty and inflation? Be thankful, be grateful for prosperity, progress, be diligent, be stiff. Remain liberated because you are exposed to communism, to overcome, to stand over all miscellaneous, to shut down miscellaneous. Be content with what you built to get. What hard work can do. You see that everyone wasn't capable of what LeBron James did. Who thinks someone could move as fast as that, or who really became a staple piece like Larry Bird? So you definitely cheat yourself if you ever and whenever you don't believe you can be the architect that did it. The increased value, the deep values of who you are and your heritage. Wow, how could you let that slip? Whoa, how could you let that slip? Why would you? It's imperative even for me to understand that everybody doesn't feel the same way about their ancestry or their family tree. I guess maybe sometimes that's the best answer. That's the best selling story. And look around at how many people are selling the same story. That must mean something to you. I seen it and did it. I guess I did it just in my own way. I mind my business too. That's always a difference maker. Difference maker. Make sense and make things grow. Whatever you plant, you may reap. Make ends meet. Change the narrative and change the way your data gets leaked or your business gets destroyed. Rather, why shouldn't it increase? Don't play the victim, play the opposite one with the precision and decisions. In retrospect, there is always a liar. Know when to walk away. Know when to audible or call to play. You grew up playing Madden, mastering how to take advantage of the defense and score before you have to punt and lose your advantage. Oh no? So you were watching emotional movies and having birthdays where your wish was uncertain and far away, and combing your hair or brushing your teeth was the pastime. To you and everyone else, have your own. To each his piece. But ponder how you were mastering your everyday routines and how you must step into society and let society know you're here, or you'll easily be counted in as every other being, or even less, counted as every other fiend. The world can be cold as so it seems, and what do you feel, safer to complain and step into those punches, or safer to stay shut up and shut out of what you wanted? And have some patience and deliberate, but don't wait too long because the world is speed of light years. No one waits for your next move, you'll blindly lose. Episode 4. Yo, nobody wants to see you win like Tracy McGrady. Like one last penalty shot and it's all on the line. As the cold Antarctic is frozen, there is still anticipation that you won't smile anymore than the bitter old wood and planks thrown by the wind and beaten by the rain. You must have had a lot worth sharing. The surroundings of the center were heart-pounding, and how lucky were you to have found it well-rounded. I compliment you, and I'm still so eager to learn. And when you were for a moment upset, I felt grounded unsoundly. We were both nervous of how to respond to this. And so when you force me into a position like this, as a kid with ice cream being taken away, then I'm going to forego all of the ways to get dinner, like a Wimble book. I'll turn and digest the art until I picked you apart as a puzzle or a jigsaw would go. So fun with that. A couple years at that. More strength, less fear at best. The CDC wants my opinion on a new test, on a new address, or the conference with the press. Why should I be concerned, or why should it matter if I give my opinion too? Scientists who think like brain surgeons or senior doctors who saves lives daily like a God-given talent. You never guess. You never know. To have a communication of desperation, but who's to say if you'll ever go? Invisibility cloaks will be beautiful to disregard those blokes that in hopes roam the earth wishing to destroy another stroke in the same river or ocean. Careful is it that it shan't be you in the same. Careful is it that it shan't be someone in the same boat. God have mercy on a water where some drown and some float, or afloat. Read with me. Breathe with me, even when the air gets thick. Read me and read with me. Read at a price of your mindset stimulus, and of course read for free. Read and text me underneath. Read and text me about your read. Like as if you read the stock exchange or the laws that are federal that guards the most secrets. Read and be free. Girl, kiss me while you read. I tell my girl rub my manly mannerisms while she reads. Her hair is all over me, and don't forget that prison made me harder too. And I'm mentally involved with her, but shh, don't spoil the read. Dismembered body fragments found all over those roads, and some hidden naturally by leaves. Just interesting to hear and see. The other world that helped match my zest, helped me learn to dodge and weave amongst much greed. And the inside where the patterns of how inmates and convicts are fed made it hard for Glitzy to eat in peace. And it's a glorious day when everyone boycotts for better food and stand up and forces the change of rules. Change the temperature on the food and maybe bring a little more fun to the environment while it's current, while watched all during it. Wishing, thinking, a lot of it, a lot of times, so many sellouts, it seems like some just enable more crime, more oppression, and less relentlessness. Looking at the old walls and the old men, some cry and some die in grief. Some die in silence. Easily I feel like inciting violence just to realize that while it's a feeling that I may be comfortable with exercising, the fool is never the lion built of defying what power is, as the force to a gator bite and a time span is very short. Still you see much progress. And besides, mop sticks and televisions and metal tables are so unforgiving, and so is the heart of a soldier that'll die on stupidity-filled mission or waste time like the dog chasing his own tail, processing, making a new meaning for life, living with a renewed vision and energy to feel as a person who neglected through art the development of children was cold and chill to up the standard without recognizing the importance of the wave of youth after me would be backwards. See, I think we all can see how backwards that usually be. So much in common, freaky and competitive, dominant, and how much control we have over our minds that are in our heads. So much in common. Rub my dock and maybe I'll be freak for you. Pretty dandelion and zinnia and dahlias and petunias. That's the eccentricities. Keep up with me. Pressure me, and I hope to gaze into your soul, into your heart and eyes even further. Sydney, see me when I have a head full of steam and pride. Be where you were in pride. If we lock eyes and my testosterone rises like Jesus, amen. Maybe I'll go hide and devise an orgasm and show you and still continue to go. Remember the moments when we spoke were the beginning of a journey, and all in all, the photos of you on the beach with your friend was unbelievable. And I know we'll be there again having the same sense, making the memories of how we're dug in from the shoreline itself to the condo with glassware from floor to ceiling and balconies wrapped around a few thousand square feet. There, right there, where we'll sleep and have dinner and wine or even hard liquor of choice. The gross part I could hide. The gross part is included to bring those things that you've been dreaming about fully alive. Watching the ocean tide, watching whales through the binoculars' eyes, seeing sharks as they cry, and looking at the moon dropping down over the salt water as I earn your cum with my tongue, and your spasms are enough to distract me from the eyes of the sky, from the darkness of the night. Here is the truth and might. I enjoy sweating and smelling you, the perfume of a pearl covered for a moment, as if your makeup before I punish while I hold you and spank you softly and reassure you. I'm a busy man with so many plans. Just know you have to sometimes call me so I can grab you, catch you. As the love is above average, I'm aware sometimes I could fight you into falling. It wasn't easy when Prick beat Rake. It wasn't easy when Prick beat Rake. The case and the cake, the gifts and makeup of it, real and some fake. It wasn't easy when Prick beat Rake. The story and the biography, lies and discoveries, blind and I like to see. Rake had a date and gave in. Prick bought a safe and saved it. Rake was very sissified, happy to beat Prick. Prick, you see, was deeper than Rake could see, and see Prick had everything else going his way, except Rake thought he was winning for one. The confusion is dumb. The falsehood, the misunderstood, dealt with some misinformation. Prick beat Rake, but it wasn't easy. You think I'm worth all of you. You want to seize me? You think I'm great enough to open you up inside and out? You think I'm trust? You know what's up. You're in love with the thought of us. You think I'm worth all of you? You want to seize me? You think I'm greatly worth enough. Pretty in fantasy. Gorgeous, my fantasy. Tickle my fetish. You think you've learned enough about Gross World. You think I'm worth all of it. And you're all sensitive, insecurities are on the surface. Is Gross World worth it? Did you deal with all of it to get the Gross World? You trust the process beyond a single moment for the love of Gross World, and everyone notices how you go crazy for Gross World. What exactly is it between you and Gross World? Did you know he's a vampire and he has period tongue? or virginity tongue. Not sure which one. You think I'm worth all of you. You want to seize me. You think I'm great enough to open you up inside and out. You think I'm trust. You know what's up. You're in love with the thought of us. You think I'm worth all of you. You want to seize me. You think I'm greatly worth enough. Grab your towels and get ready. Jacuzzi time is near. Grab your favorite beers or champagne or wine. The lottery ticket is revered. Disregard those that sneer. Sneakers or boots, take your pick, but let's have some fun. We can take a risk, buy houses for 1,000 or buy houses for 1,000,000. Let's be honest. Business, money, and power comes with responsibilities some fear. Responsibilities that some can't fathom how to wear. Let's be truthful to each other and to ourselves. If I bought you and your friends a strip mall, what would that mean for starters? Or would that mean you run off and break my heart up, shatter me in a bunch of bitter pieces, or savor me forever like your favorite Reese's Pieces? I see you're dangerous when you're so wet, right in front of me, talking snubby, superior to Diddy. Show me how you love me. Show me how to love you. The chiropractic office in your name and dentistry. I stand in the corner looking at my old trench. And now, would you believe it's me? I can smell new money, smell new honey, like whatever you get when you masturbating to me. That's what I seek. Give me some so I can brush my teeth. Give me some so I can brush my teeth. The fortune cookie in a ball full of clouds, full of secrets. Let me squeeze and cock it. Watch my shot like it's a hot flick. Lock for me and bend or squat for me. Be a Glock for me and keep orgasming me. I don't want to stop. I guess somebody has to tap out first. Fight me back or be demolished. Nail salons and zero fit. I want cash and credit, I promise. So many funds, everything I buy should be paid from my checkbook. You're on episode 5. Exodus 18. Those meetings in one's life to ever greet one in one way of life. Those meetings in one's life for the better or worse. We can all use some constructive advice from time to time, especially if it's Exodus 18, those meetings in one's life. Slurry Harry and his 32 long nose, creepy crawler vibes, sneaky installer vibes, eases off with the souls of his target vibes. Slurry Harry, crafty like professional, mystery as the one who you shouldn't trust. Always wonder what someone doing behind your back. Somehow the setting is calling for your caution. So you don't get set up. Please, oh no, don't get set up. Penitentiary, you have more achievements that you haven't done. If you didn't lose today, you still have a won. Twitter, my hidden, my Twitter. Hits in my hidden, hits in my Twitter. Blitz in my hidden, blitz in my Twitter. Sex in my hidden, sex in my Twitter. Snubby error, my hidden, snubby error, my Twitter. Vicious was his name, it was hidden. Vicious, his name was on hidden. Viral and fast is Twitter. Viral and fast was hidden. Quality is last unless it's hidden. Quality, it lasted, see like Twitter. Loser, bitter and hidden. Losers, bitter, fake accounts as Twitter. Jackhammers and sleds, pledge and hitter. Jackhammers and sleds, pledge while laughing on Twitter. Iron grit, iron fist, iron my pain away, babe. Iron my money crisp, iron my sneakers, iron my grits in the morning, iron everything, bananas and bread, bread and bananas. We just need iron for sure. And my dietary needs is iron and a beauty as wet like the shore. Iron my money crisp, iron my fit, iron my fist. Have you ever seen an iron like this? Losing all your friends taught you something invaluable, that in the world, friendship is like the blood veins. It's so precious, it's so irreplaceable. You learn that most of your friends were enemies, and that's something harder to fix, that's heartbreaking and tough as it is. And what would $1 billion do to you? What would it do for you? Are you still useful? Are you now unusual? Losing all your friends is not a fair game. It's a game for the champion and the coward. because most times you either become one or the other, one or another. Who can see when you're alone, when you are naturally yourself, naked to the eyes in your wealth, losing all your friends that you never had. You lost enemies to find your friend. That drill was all it took everything to do it. Wasn't easier to deal with the mental pictures afterwards. You learn to sleep, learn to keep your secrets, not a drug or alcohol in sight. Still no weeks seep in. Men cry, boys fold, and there's always reasons. Love hurts, and it's just the concept of allowing it and directing it to hurt you rightly. Otherwise, you have to love differently. Paulino Marconi flattering. Bring 30 heads on a platter, put 2 on a plaster, and do it lazily. Look at that. Oh, what a disaster. He defended himself. He defended himself against a nigger. But term them crackers or niggers, and what's the word that makes the point faster? It's the same bastard, the same hazard, without name calling, kept the art a secret and pushed the paint with insane gorgeous. Paulino Marconi, the one you probably trust. If you're hunt Forbes like a bounty in it, you could come or go like an army. Paulino Marconi at the penthouse suite where survivor's guilt kicks in, and wine bottle, champagne, and beer takes a kite so high. Paulino Marconi right here, still real, still somebody's friend. The motivation given keeps something distant like a rifle with a scope and relations between thee and the UFOs. Keep something distant like a rifle with a scope and relations between thee and the UFOs. You found out. Good for you. God bless you. You found out. Fire drill. No fire alarms. Alarming rates. So many men being raped in the courts and court of records. Ratting don't really make sense. Selfie, stupidity, greedy, satanic. Always be encouraged. Breathe. Hear he. Breathe. Thou shalt not panic. Nostalgia went rampant when houses burned and kids died and families cried and mothers and fathers died. The darker tones to a world that we can pray and hope to become unified more and faster. Really is just patience to employ for the mind to even stomach guy, the above, all of it. Seriously, you can see all of it. The money, the drugs, the guns, the hot dates and casino runs, all the lost nights at the club, or the forever moments and the forever moments on your favorite resorts. You can see it all. And the bigger question involved is, did you lose yourself? Did you ever evolve? Are you fat but still starved? Is your enthusiasm less carved or more? Is every day a brawl, fighting yourself, fighting demons, fighting decisions you made that doesn't quite sit right. Probably on a lonely night in the least light of a night in the farthest prairie. You ought to want to be found by wiser and learn something a bit finer in efforts of thoughts and hopes to make the right decision. As a rat, just come out and get hit and save something worth more than cheese. The power of need, the power of please, and the power of please. The standard of scope built the breed, it built the breed. A trust of a century or more. Be so serious he reeked out of your pores. And evidently, evidence is physical or less, which means that it needs more. So all that is around you in motion becomes a picture, because the pitcher in a game where someone is desperate for scoring, now someone must lose. Standard of scope 5.